should be. There we go. There's me. Uh, let's see if we can hear Taya. Let's
Hi,
see
I'm
if we can
Taya. I'm
hear.
playing Aelin Somali, level 2 bard. Taya.
Okay, great. Mike, can we get a quick mic check?
Yes, this is Mike.
Mic
I'm
check.
playing Vale Cromwell. This is Mike.
Great. Josh, can we get a quick mic check from you?
Yes, I'm Josh, and I'm playing Rickman,
check
the
from you.
Lizard Folk Barbarian.
Great. I heard all of you. So, folks who are joining us, hello and welcome once again to another, not quite practice, but a preparatory session for the Heroes Die show. We're doing a third in our series of shakedown runs, is what we're calling them. We kind of practice like how to stream and get things all on the same page. You'll notice we're missing one of our actors today. They're going to join us a little bit later, and I'm too lazy to change out the overlay. So you're welcome. Bonus empty space on the screen for all of you. As per always, really want to thank all of our players. We'll go through and do our introductions again, just because I kind of lost some of it as we go. So I am Jason. I am your friendly and only slightly evil dungeon master, and today I'm joined by
Taya. I'm playing Aelin Somali, level 2 UNT bard.
Great.
And I'm Mike. I'm going to be playing Vale Cromwell, the human fighter.
And I'm Josh, and I'm playing Rickman, the Lizard Folk Barbarian.
Absolutely fantastic. So thanks to all of you. Thanks for anybody that's watching. You're actually watching this with some amount of time dilation. So we've recorded this earlier in the week, and we're gonna play it live. So you won't actually be interacting with any of us live. Sorry, but thanks so much for watching anyway. To kind of catch everybody up on where we are from last time, I'm going to do a little recap. And players, keep me honest and please fill me in on anything that I've missed. But last time on Heroes Die, we saw our heroes in the dwarven enclave of Nomengard, where a number of rock gnome recluses worked on inventions and in general just had fun shenanigans. But Nomengard was being somewhat terrorized by a shape-shifting monster that had eaten at least one, and we get the strong impression, two gnomes. Um, After convincing King Corball to release his husband, King Nerkly, the heroes, they convinced them that they'd killed the shape changer in a hilarious exchange involving a rabbit skin. Uh, they went on to feel guilty about taking the gnomes' magical items, some, and chopping some of their magical items in half, and decided to go look for, just go check whether or not there was a shape changer. Uh, after some digging and some adventures inside Nomengard, including a fun rope bridge incident, they did manage to locate the shapeshifter and kill it. They also shot a barrel of mushroom wine, and then later, y'all were able to hold a funeral for one of the missing gnomes, Polo, and there was no funeral for Warren because Warren is just missing, presumed eaten by the party, but the gnomes seem to be like shockingly casual about Warren's safety. So who knows what that means. Y'all spent the night, got word or heard a dragon, or what that y'all think is a dragon, and then the next day you went out, traveled towards this mining expedition because you're going to do two quests at once, and you actually, after a day's travel, the next day again you managed to go find this place. You lost a little bit of time finding it, but then found it, and you've met with the dwarven brothers, Daslin and Norbus, who have offered you 25 gold and a pair of magical stones that allow you to talk with each other. to do something. Oh, right. If you would go in and clear out this temple that they found, because they are planning on robbing it.
The jellies.
Yes, and not delicious jams and jellies,
Does
unfortunately.
that sound right to everybody? Have we
That's
missed
about
anything?
it, yes. They very
Right.
clearly said it was jellies and jams.
Excellent. Jellies and jams. Oh, and y'all are in for a treat. We have another actor showing up any minute now. Oh, hey, Paula.
Hello.
Great to see you. So you haven't missed anything but recap and introductions. And so while we're at it, do you mind introducing yourself to the people of the internet and the future?
Yes, if I can remember who I am. I am Paula, and I'm playing Lorraine, a half-orc ranger.
Excellent. Yeah, that seemed perfect to me.
Okay.
All right, folks, with that, if I didn't miss anything from the recap, let's get started.
Nice.
We re-enter the ruins.
Yes, so unfortunately not delicious jellies. Does anyone have any history with clearing out jellies? I've never heard of such a thing.
If they said they were going to set them on fire, I'm out of ideas. They did say they tried setting them on fire, right?
You know, honestly, my silvery tongue is much better than my brains. My short-term memory. But I believe that...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, would Lorraine have seen anything like this before in her time on the plains?
That's a great question. If you are proficient with the nature skill, please feel free to give me a roll on nature.
Okay. I'm gonna have to roll.
Physical dice are fine.
Yeah.
Or
sorry, I'm a little not prepared, but. Okay, that's a 19.
Oh yeah. So
dang.
you do know a bit about jellies. So jellies are jellies can take a bunch of different forms and shapes and sizes. They can be fairly dangerous. They are somewhat natural. They're often supernatural also. So could be naturally forming, could be the result of a curse, or even a demonic infestation. And a good sign that you're in a place that has a jelly is when ruins or other places that ought to be dirty are really clean. Be worried.
Okay.
One more. In general, when you're dealing with jellies, slashing weapons and lightning can often result in more jellies appearing.
Well, I've encountered these before, and they're kind of a slippery bunch. You got to be careful with how you kill them. If you slash them or strike them with electricity, they sometimes multiply.
Well, that's the last thing that we want for them to do.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Any ideas?
Well, I don't know if they have ears, but I can always insult them to death, I suppose.
That
could work. Yeah. Why not?
I don't know how that works if it's just jam sentient. But we'll give it a shot.
Could always try, Rickbin likes to eat things, so.
But taking one bite out of him might end up with two in front of us, and he'll put his great axe on his back, and he'll actually just pull out a little dagger. Seems like we're going more surgical today.
Rickman, I feel like you have a whole past that one day we will learn about, and I'm not sure I'll ever be ready for that.
He just kind of nods and stabs his dagger to the air a couple times to sort of get used to it again. It's been a while since he's wielded another weapon, but it's coming back to him.
Are you sure that you won't cut yourself?
As long as I cut the jelly more, I'll call it a day.
All
right,
right, well, I suppose
yeah.
that's beneficial.
I think Cromwell's going to start heading in.
Any other
All right.
preparations we want to make?
I think we just we go in and hit him real hard.
Well, it's a plan, at the very least. What could go wrong?
I feel like
Or-
I'm underprepared for this.
Okay, so Lorraine and Rickman, as you come up to the door, just want to give you a sense, right? So this is a stone building that has been built into the side of a mountain. So something has been carved out here to make room for this building. You can see from where you're at inside, it's it's dusty for like the next 15 feet, 12 feet, and then it is not dusty at all. In fact, it is a nice spotless floor. It is a nice spotless floor, spotless pillars. You can see a little bit of pillar. There is an altar at the far end, and you see on the altar, you see the somewhat broken statue that looks like a statue of a five-headed dragon. Although there's only three heads on it at the time, but there's two broken necks. Um, the doors here, they're very large stone doors. They're open and they're held open, and a spike has been nailed into the ground to keep them open, so they cannot close. Right. Same is true for the next set of doors, about 15 feet down from where you're at.
So
Rickman,
there's what? What is put there? Sorry.
the doors are held open, and you've got they're held open by spikes that have been nailed into the ground. So
Okay.
it looks like Daslin and Norbus, in exploring this place as they go, they are holding open the doors permanently by jamming a spike through the floor to wedge it in
Okay.
place. Rickman, you're able to see on your left that there's another much smaller door that looks like the surface of the door isn't like the surface of the door for the two large doors that you're looking at is intricately carved. You see dwarves, you see pictures of commerce, you see scales all over the place. Scales as in weighing scales, not like fish scales or dragon scales.
Mhm.
See that kind of thing. But this door that you're seeing on the left looks like it's wall, and it's been held open and again hammered open, almost as if it is a secret door that someone has found and has now been held open.
Mm.
Well, this clean surface, that's definitely a sign of the jellies. Uh, I've seen this before, so they're definitely around here.
So while there is some rubble and debris, there's some large rocks on the floor. It is otherwise spotless. The notable thing is a lack of dust. You can see some footprints in the dust here in this hallway, but you don't see any dusty footprints in that main room.
It's amazing. I
Okay.
might want to catch one of these and employ them for my personal home.
Rickman will kind of hugging the wall as much as possible, sort of just slink into the room a little bit more, stopping right at where it starts to that transition happens.
Mhm.
Yeah, so great. And everybody, if you got your tokens, go ahead and move them to where they are actively on the map. So Rickman and Lorraine, as you enter this
Right
ruin,
here.
like it's almost like a palpable feeling in the air. Like you can feel that weight of stone and centuries of unmoving air, right? Like around you. Like this place hasn't been actively visited by people in a long time. And even though the light's just there over your shoulder, right? Like it's definitely dark in here, right? There's no active light source. It does look like there are some big sticks on the ground, as if
Hmm.
Daslin and Norbus have been tossing sticks into the main area. Um, but that's about But anyway, you can feel the age and the silence, especially the silence
Hmm.
begin to permeate as you look down to your left, Lorraine and Rickman. You can see this room looks like it is full of rubble, and it looks like whereas the walls, the spacing, the ceilings in the main area that you're in now are very grand, right? Like this was meant to impress
Hmm.
and really give a sense of whatever this temple is about. That area to the left looks much more like a maintenance hallway, right? Like it looks like it wasn't intended for general use. It's smaller, it's tighter. There's not so much decoration on the wall, or in fact, there's no decoration on the wall.
Is the left
Okay.
room clean, like the main section?
No, absolutely not. It looks full of dust. It looks full of debris and dirt.
Mhm.
Um,
And where are the sticks that they were throwing?
they are right here. Oops.
Oh, so they're further in. Is that the only wood around?
That's the only wood that you see. Yes,
Vale.
there's enough that you could start a small fire if you had some magical
That's
way to do
exactly
that.
what Vale's going to try and do. He's going to take out his tinder box. He's going to start like making a little fire, and it's going to be in like a dustier area.
Vale. So
And
again,
then
this part of the hallway up until these doors. So the
mhm.
first 15 feet of the hallway, that's the dusty section. You would have
Okay.
to go all the way into the very clean section, and you're certainly aware that it takes time to get a fire going if you're not using
Yes.
some sort of magic.
So I'm going to go right here and start making a little fire.
Okay, like a little starter patch with whatever you've got in your
Yeah,
kit, and then you're gonna slide it into the fire for when you're in there.
exactly. And these doors, there are two doors open, being held by two pegs.
Yes. Or 4 doors and 4 pegs, depending on how you look at it. Or actually 5 and 5 pegs. But yes, in
Okay.
front of you are 2 doors, 2 pegs,
Very
nailed
cool.
into the ground.
That's what I'm doing.
While um while
Oh,
Vale
one
is
more
doing that.
detail. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt you.
It's
The
okay.
the ceiling in this hallway looks like it's anywhere from 12 to 15 feet, and it's somewhat angled, not domed, but you know what I'm saying. Like it goes up like this, whereas a dome would be
Mhm.
round. Inside that next area, the ceilings look like they go significantly higher.
Mhm.
It's hard to tell from here. Look like they go significantly higher, and up into the darkness. You have these 4 big pillars. One of the pillars looks like it's been somewhat damaged, and again, the altar at the end looks like it's been damaged.
Okay. While Vale is making the fire, um Lorraine will look at Rickman and say, "You want to take point on this with me?"
My eyes aren't the best in this dim light. Certainly, I don't mind leading, but once he gets his fires going and he'll pull out a torch. Let me light this first, and then I'll take point.
Okay, I got one too. I pull out my torch as well.
Okay, so you're both holding a torch.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just one sec.
It's funny, I'm making a fire. You're going to pull out a lit torch.
Just like
Well,
waiting.
it's not lit yet, right? We
Yeah.
still need to light
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're
I assume
like in
you are
line
going to be
waiting.
lighting it off
Yeah.
off that thing. However,
Yeah,
Video
as
game
soon as
mechanics.
he's done. Yeah.
Yeah, you just pull it out and it's already lit. Just
Yeah,
That's
watching.
amazing. It's like magic.
okay, I'm
You got to
gonna
start at the bottom.
gonna warn all you players one time about mocking the DM.
Fair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh, for the immediate. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's exactly the sort of answer as a tyrant. I'd
Shouting
give.
at God.
Trying it.
All right, so your tokens now have torch light. Remember, each of you are now one hand torch, one hand other things. And with that, what would you like to do?
Um,
Are you gonna go in?
Yeah, Lorraine's just gonna she'll go first. She'll go through the door, and when she goes through, she's like looking all around, like up, and she knows these things could be, or she suspects these things could be anywhere. And so
Mhm.
she's looking to see like if there's like if there's any particularly clean spots or, that sort of thing, but she's looking all around.
Yeah.
Could
So
I be just like summoning a little ball of poison and holding poison spray for anything that comes out to attack us?
absolutely. So you're very ready to use poison spray.
Yes.
Absolutely. So Lorraine and Rickman, just because you're in front, can I get some perception checks out of you?
Absolutely.
That is a 14.
All right. Nothing obvious to either of you. So
Okay.
it looks clean.
Too clean, some would say. Okay.
Rickman's gonna approach the altar and see if he can look at the damage done and see, does it look like, oh, it's just a ruin, or maybe a jelly messed with it.
Yeah, excellent. As you get about halfway there, pause, and everybody please put your tokens where you are at this moment.
Oh.
Note for
Is there
any
a-
particular reason. Don't let that
Okay.
just seem too ominous.
So there is a light source at my feet, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as you get about halfway through, you see something. You see something begin falling from the ceiling, and
Could I release my poison spray?
can we roll for initiative, please?
Of course.
Yeah. So this thing got the drop on you, quite literally.
Bum-ba-bum.
Blah blah blah.
This is,
Oh gosh,
this
I
was a
forgot to do
mistake
the thing
giving me the
again.
power to make this many terrible jokes. So sorry, hold on. Mechanically, I'm just gonna open up the turn order. Can y'all let me know? Let me know when you've rolled initiatives, everybody, and then I will start.
10.
Okay. Oh, great.
7 for Aelin.
Great. 7 for Aelin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And
22.
Ooh, nice.
Initiative dates.
great. All right. So this guy here got the drop on you. The other, well, actually, let's see what he rolls on the stealth, because that's actually a lot fair. Give me just 1 minute. Yeah. This guy got the drop on you, unfortunately, but the other did not. So in the first move, as he drops down right beside you, Lorraine, there's this splat as this thing falls from the ceiling down to the ground, like this large wet whack, and it's going to attack you. So a little like outside of this jelly, so there's this large slimy, somewhat actually pungent pile of yellow ooze, and as it smashes down, like it sounds like it hurt, like the fall sounds like it hurt, but this amorphous blob comes out of it and smashes at you. That is an 18. Does an 18 hit?
I'm sure it does. Yes, it does.
Okay. So if an 18 hits, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
But you also take the as it hits you, you stagger back. There's like acid from contact with the thing. You take 5 points of additional acid burning damage.
Oh.
No.
Oof. It's rough.
All right. And with that, we're going to start at the top of the round with Vale Cromwell.
Okay, so I got a little light source at my feet. I can use my 2 hands. And am going
Nice.
to stand up, take out my longbow, and shout, "Get back!" And I'm gonna fire one shot right into it.
Okay, now to be clear, with their position, wow, great shot. Absolutely. So you pull back, and like, in spite of the fact that there's people in the way and whatever, like you hit dead on, and you clearly found a sensitive spot within this jelly to pierce with an arrow. You want to roll me some damage?
Yes.
That was a natural 20, folks, for those watching.
This is double damage.
Well, so it's
Oh.
roll the damage dice twice.
Okay.
So you need to
Good.
roll one more d8 to add to that.
Okay. 7 and another d8 or the damage?
Another d8. Yeah.
Okay. Eight.
Ooh, jeez. That was a good
Nice.
roll. Yeah, the thing looks like you hit it really hard. Do you have anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna knock another arrow, and this time put the tip into the flame.
Okay. All right, trying to get some fire arrow action. I like it.
Maybe.
Rickman, you're up. And the jellies follow you.
Rickman will, hearing the thud and then the arrow whizzing past him, just kind of like whip around towards the jelly closest to him and try to jab it with a dagger.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
It does. Yeah, these things are slow and big and soft. So you seem to have no trouble hitting them.
Jab into it for 5 piercing.
All right, the thing looks like it is losing viscosity. So it is badly hurt at this point. It is, however, still alive. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Swear at it.
I'll hiss. Yeah.
Insult it a little bit.
Yeah. I believe jellies are famous. Ochre jellies are famous for their emotional sensitivity. So this could work really well. So it's going to again reach out. This time, however, it goes for Aelin.
Oh, of course, darling.
Does a 12 hit, Aelin?
It does not, actually. She just will
lucky you.
duck out of the way.
All right. The next one is going to slide on over here. And it's going for Rickman. Rickman, behind you, as you finish stabbing the first one, you see this ooze like oozing right around this pillar as it just kind of like goes from one side to the other and just seems to merge together on the other side. And a blob comes off the thing and swings out at you. Does a 20 hit?
It does.
Eek.
All right. You're taking 5 bludgeoning damage and 1 acid damage.
The sizzle of the acid as it hits sounds an awful lot like the hiss that Rickman just gave out. Just kind of
Nice. Lorraine, you're up next.
Is it possible to drop the torch and also attack with my I'd like to use the butt of my axe. I don't know if that's possible.
You want to use the axe like a club?
Mm-hmm.
I think you would have an easier time using the torch as a club.
Okay, I didn't know if I could do that. If I could just attack
I'm going
the
to
torch.
allow it for now because I feel
Okay.
like a torch is a great thing to club somebody with.
Okay.
And we're just going to treat it like a club, and then later, if I'm wrong, well, we'll all live with that. Everyone okay? We're going to live with that. All right, torch
Yep,
club.
I'm living.
Okay, I will do that then. I will attack with the torch.
All right, treat it as a club in terms of mechanics of weaponry.
All right. I don't know if I'm proficient with that or not.
You're a ranger, so the odds are fantastic that you are.
Well, that's a 25 to hit.
That works. That hits.
And I think a club is like 1d4, so.
Yeah.
Nope, that's a 1.
Plus whatever your strength is.
That would be plus 6, so that would be 7.
Okay.
And I think that torches get 1 fire damage.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, sorry, that would be plus 4. So that would be 5, and then would it be an additional 1 fire or just? Sorry.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
Okay.
1d4 plus 1 for it being a torch. However,
Nice.
I did decide arbitrarily as the DM that your torch goes out. I was thinking about what the odds were.
Oh, okay.
And
So no
it fell
fire
into
damage.
well, it did fire damage this time, but in future,
Okay.
now your torch is extinguished. You can still club with it perfectly fine, but the jelly enveloped the flamey bit, and now it's just a stick,
Okay.
a burnt stick.
I'll keep it.
Yeah. Aelin, you're up.
Aelin will, in the moment, be starting to grab for her loot with one hand, and with the other, she's just going to be reaching up, and this poison that she has coalesced on the top of her hand is just going to shoot out towards the one in the north, and I need a Constitution save, DC of 14. I'm doing poison spray.
Okay. Oh, it makes it.
Oh, that's tragic. Then she will, seeing all of these jellies around her, which makes her very uncomfortable, she is going to take the attacks of opportunity and start sneaking back around the pillar. She'll just be like, listen, you're not my normal patron, and I don't really want anything to do with this particular situation.
Okay. Boom, 23 and an 18. So they both, well, I don't know if the 18 hits, but the 23 I'm sure hits.
I will silvery barbs the 23
Nice.
as a
Okay.
reaction. Well, actually, I don't know how that would work because it's on my turn,
You can,
so never
you can
mind.
use no, you can use a reaction. No problem.
Could I still use my bonus action
You can
afterwards?
use a
then?
bonus action. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, for now you can. I don't know how it's going to go later.
All
but
right.
for
Well,
now,
I
we're
will.
going to do, you just used up your reaction right away.
Yes, silvery barbs the 23, so it has to re-roll
Okay.
and take whatever that is.
14.
Oh, it still hits. That's all right. So I'll take both of them and just walk back.
All right.
Oof.
Oof. So the first one hits 13 bludgeoning damage and 2 acid damage. The second one hits
Oh,
9
no.
bludgeoning damage and 5 acid damage.
Are you
I'm out.
down?
I'm
No!
down.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I-
Aelin
Yeah, no.
falls, right? As these things get to the 1-2 pseudopods, Aelin falls down, burned and smashed, right? And you hit your head a little bit as you go down, and she is out for the count. There's a little bit of blood coming out of somewhere.
That's not good.
All right, Aelin, that is your turn. Vale.
I shout, Ellen! Stay with us! And can I just for fun kick the fire to have it like
Slide right under the jelly.
more like a line barring it from continuing. So just go and then loose an arrow.
Sure. Yeah, you can shove the little fire pot that you've got right
Yeah.
there. So assuming that like your fire starting kit comes with a little clay pot where you've got some like little tinder stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can slide it right over there. You're not gonna have a line of fire. You're gonna have a little fire on the ground right there.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yes. So I kick it over there. Is my arrow on fire?
No.
I was cooking it. Okay. Well, I
It's
loose.
hot.
Okay. So I kick it and I loose at the oh man.
This jelly.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
The diluted jelly.
The diluted jelly. 8. Nope.
Actually, weirdly, an 8 does hit. I don't know if 1s are always failures though. When it comes to combat.
If it hits.
Yeah, an 8 hits. I don't know. I feel
If it hits,
it feels like there's got to be some chance of missing though. I'm sorry. You're gonna miss that shot.
Okay.
And yeah, you still have a bonus action and movement. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna use my second wind.
Ooh.
Okay.
Bonus action to again. Oh no, never mind. Sorry. I thought that was an extra turn. I thought that was an extra attack.
Yeah, that's action surge.
Action surge. That's what I'm gonna use. Nice, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So you're gonna
use
action
that.
surge?
I'm gonna action surge.
All right, do it.
I do it, and then I step back a little bit. I saw how this guy moves. And I fire again. Give me a second.
For those watching, I like to use bloodied as like an optional rule, so I tell players when things are at about half health. But for
Right.
jellies, because they're just big goos, I feel like diluted is better than bloodied.
Diluted, yeah.
So that's where that's
So
coming from. A 17 hits solidly. Do you want to roll some damage?
I will. 4.
Okay, you hit it. It sinks in. So the jelly looks damaged, not as badly hit as your first one, but it looks damaged and is still in trouble. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope.
All right, Rickman.
Rickman, seeing Aelin fall to the floor, gets enraged
Nice.
and just like yells out to the arced sky above him. And then he's going to, ignoring the one that just hit him, focusing on the one he's already hit, just start jabbing at it once again with his dagger.
Got it.
And
That's
he
miss,
gets a
unfortunately.
1.
Oh gosh.
Just so enraged, he's stabbing just blindly, but not focusedly enough to make contact with the diluted jelly.
About
2
to get
1s, eh? This
CPK'd.
fight so far.
Yeah, this isn't good. Let's hope that things get better here. All right, the jellies. But I'll tell you who doesn't hope things go better for you: the jellies. So one is going to go for one of them is going to go for Lorraine. So the diluted one goes for Lorraine. 23.
Definitely.
You take 8 bludgeoning and 2 acid. The other is coming over here. Oh, sorry.
Okay, let me ask if I can. So that I had 7 hit points left, and so how does relentless endurance work? Like if you go down to 0 hit points, then you can
just
go
choose
bounce
not
back up
to-
to 1.
Yeah, you choose not to go down effectively.
I would like to do that.
Good
So
call.
I'm at 1 hit point now.
All right, the other jelly
Oh, he makes it to me, this guy.
keeps sliding down the hallway and begins moving towards you, Vale.
Okay.
And it reaches out and attempts to smash you. 18. These guys cannot miss. Bro.
Oh god.
Like, all right. Does an 18 hit?
Yup.
You take 9 bludgeoning damage and 4 acid damage.
Okay. Dang.
All right, Lorraine, you're up.
Okay. Gosh. So this guy that's right on top of me, basically. He's looking diluted. Is that what you said?
It looks in very rough shape. Yes.
Okay. Lorraine's gonna look over at Aelin and look back at
She,
the.
she has a little tear like
Oh
going down
God! Don't say that.
as she falls.
So the
Oh.
guilt is at 3 then. Is that what we're...
Only a 3.
Oh,
Come
sorry, 4. Sorry.
on. All right.
Say the guilt is at least a 5.
Okay, Roger.
Okay. Whew. She's going to attack the jelly again with the club, the improvised club.
Mm-hmm.
She is pissed. Okay. That is a 16.
That's a hit.
Okay. And for damage, she rolled a 4.
All
And
right.
that's plus 4, right? Okay. So.
Do you want to explain how the jelly
Yes!
loses what remaining cohesion it had?
Okay, so Lorraine sees Aelin on the ground. She herself just almost got killed by this jelly. And so she's just going to raise the club and smash it down on the jelly, and it just kind of splats.
Yeah, nice. It goes down. So, yeah, the jelly, begins like oozing out. It's very similar to the mimic that you recently slayed. Like it's down for the count. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Lorraine?
I will rush over here to Aelin's side.
Okay. Do you want to pull her or anything?
How far can I get her? I would just like to pull her as far away from the current jelly.
Yeah, great question. So pulling another medium creature, you're going to use half your movement. So assuming that you used 1, 2, 3 to get there, you could pull her 5 feet.
Okay.
Away.
I'll just go diagonally if possible here.
Absolutely.
And pull her with me.
Yeah.
That's good because it was definitely going to attack her next turn.
Oh my god. No.
That was what I was planning. I know, right? I'm the worst. It's the jellies, they're predators, man. Like, what are they going to do?
The floor wasn't clean. There's a body on it. They gotta clean the floor.
Death saving throw.
Little Roombas.
So Aelin, it's your go.
I'll make a death saving throw, and that's a 17.
Great. Yeah, so you
One
succeed
success.
on your first death saving throw. Vale, you are up. You've got a jelly in front of you. You can see Dazzlin and Norfus have started yelling like, "Hey, get out of there!"
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, they're Southern, so I don't know.
Get
I don't
the
know
hell
how
out
Southern
of
people.
there.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Get the hell out of there.
What the hell are you doing on there?
Yeah.
What's he, an idiot? I take up my shield.
Okay.
And
So dropping your bow, you'll be able to freely pull out your shield or a weapon, but not both.
just the shield.
Okay.
And damn, I'm gonna attempt to run back to these dudes.
Do you want to disengage?
Yes.
Or do you just want to move?
I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. So you can disengage without issue.
I'm gonna bull past them. Buh.
Yeah, Dazzlin and Norbus are now throwing rocks at the jelly.
Is this a mound of rock here?
It is a mound of rocks, yes.
Yeah, I clamber up that thing.
It's not that
And-
high, to be clear. It's like 3
Okay.
feet high tops. But it's a
And-
pile of rocks.
And then can I switch out for a firearm? And wait.
So if you switched over to your shield, no, you can only do that the one time.
Okay, so I
So
whipped
next
out my
turn
shield,
you'll be able to pull out
ran.
a shield. Yeah.
I mean, I pulled out my shield now. Then
Yeah.
pull it away and pull out a thing.
Well, so you've
Okay.
got the shield, and I don't know if you're still holding your longbow or if you've dropped it.
Yeah, no, I'm still holding it.
Okay, so you've got a longbow in one hand, a shield in the other. Next
Yeah.
turn, you can do something with a longbow and pull out a firearm if you like.
That's it. Or put the shield away and take another shot. Gotcha.
Great.
Just had to run away.
Rickman, your go. You're angry. You're
Rickman.
burned.
Yeah, still in a blind rage, gonna go towards the jelly that hit him and singed him ever so much, and he's gonna jab at it.
That is a hit.
22.
You
Okay.
artfully slide your dagger into this jelly. Maybe not from its blind side because I don't really have eyes or sides, but
Oh, nope, that's ignore that roll. Unfortunately, that was
those would have been good
mistake.
damage, but no. Oh, 7
But it
piercing
is,
damage.
or 9, because 2 for the raging, so
Ooh.
9
Oh, nice.
piercing.
Nice.
Yeah, you cut into it. You cut into it. You can feel the things focus on you. Like the whole place still has like a pretty heavy air of oppression, but it's not so still anymore as you hear people breathing and pulling each other around and all sorts of stuff is going on. So sorry, Jelly, you no longer get a turn because you're dead, bro. The other one, however, seems to try and pull further forward. But Vale, you can actually see really, really clearly. It seems to hit like some amount of the jelly that just like presses up against a wall. Looks like a wall, but there's obviously not a wall there, like glass. And then it turns and well, it doesn't turn. Jeez, it stays there, and another blob lashes out at Rickman.
Another blob.
9. No, sorry, a mass off of the main blob.
appendage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. terrible word choice. My bad. It swings at you and it gets a 9. So it swings wide and
Miss.
instead whacks into the door. And with that, Lorraine, you are up.
I'm gonna kneel down next to Aelin, and I don't think I have any potions or anything because I don't think we did any of that. So I'm just gonna try to stabilize her as best
Make
I
a
can.
medicine check. A
Okay.
12 or up, and she is stabilized and will no longer be making death saving throws.
Oh gosh, a 7.
All right, so you're trying to send. You can't tell if she's concussed or what. Like you're pulling her eyes open, and she's like
Oh,
looking in different
Aelin!
directions, and
slap in her face.
yeah,
I.
you need some smelling salts in your kit there.
Oh gosh.
Not
Aelin,
so hard.
would you please make a death saving throw?
Oh, I think you're muted.
Yes, I am. That's an 11.
An 11. That's 2 passes.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's my
It was the
lucky
slaps
dice
that
tonight.
helped. The
All
slaps
right.
helped.
We'll
Nice.
see what way the ochre jelly moves next turn. Vale.
Sling my shield.
Right.
Knock an arrow.
We didn't miss anybody. Great. So you sling the shield back, pull out an arrow, and fire away.
Yep.
Sorry,
Nice.
can I just retroactively say that I moved my in between, just moved my
Absolutely.
body in between Aelin and the blob.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No problem. You
Sorry.
could also have pulled Aelin further away if you like.
Okay.
Aelin and the Blob is the name of my new wave band.
You hear in your voice Aylin's voice. You hear in your mind Aylin's voice as she goes, "Please, not the boots. Don't scuff the boots."
Yeah, Vale, that's a hit. So Vale rolls a 12, hits solidly. What sort of damage we doing? 4 piercing damage. Ooh.
Nickel
so
and dime.
The blob is still there. Rickman. Your go.
Rickman, seeing the success of his latest jab, is gonna keep on jabbing,
Nice.
So
and
1d8
that
plus 3.
is 19.
All right, that's a hit. 7 piercing damage. Oh, sorry, 9 piercing. Is it 9 piercing damage again?
9. I believe it's 9.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so you take it down. It still looks, I forget what we said. It still looks fully concentrated, but it's been stabbed and poked a lot. And what is it gonna do? It's going to. I'm assuming that Aylin's there. Is that about right? For Lorraine, I just moved Aylin over for you.
She's over one more. I was
One more.
and
Perfect.
then
Got
and
it.
then I'm here.
Got
Okay.
it. Okay, so the jelly is gonna go for Rick. Well, yeah, Rickman's there. So,
Bring it.
16.
He brought it.
Oh no! Oh God!
I love that it did like 17 damage to Aylin per hit, and it did 4 points of bludgeoning to you and 2 acid damage.
I was
I'm raging,
absolutely
so
not
even
expecting
that gets
like
reduced.
30 points of damage.
So the bludgeoning will get cut in half. I'm fairly
Yeah,
sure. With your rage,
exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Still
Lorraine.
not quite bloodied.
Okay. So let's see where I am in comparison to the blob. Why can't I see it? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna continue trying at it. It's probably gonna be tougher, but I'm gonna continue trying to stabilize Aelin.
Once again, it's a 12 to get that stabilized.
Okay.
And
I made it 15.
okay. Nice.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
So
Alright.
do I come back at 1 or am I just
Sure. Yeah, you'll be
unconscious
at
one?
one hit point. I haven't thought through all the mechanics because
Okay.
I've genuinely
That's
never been
fair.
in this situation before. But because I don't
So-
play with first level characters very often.
Lorraine is just kind of looming over her large shape, and she's just kind of she doesn't know what to do, but she's just slapping your cheek a little bit and like trying to pull back the eyelids and
There's this moment where like she's resting and then her eyes will just like fly open and they'll be like dilated for a moment and then like shrink back in as she like focuses on Lorraine, and she's going to just like reach up with her arms panicked and grab onto Lorraine's like forearms, and she'll just say, are we all right?
you're back. Okay.
Thank you. Leave it to me.
All right.
All right. Well, so Lorraine, that's your turn. Aelin, you're on the ground. You've got a absolutely splitting headache and some nice acid damage to your very fine clothes. They will
My
not
clothing.
be okay.
Oh no.
I scuffed your boots a little bit too when I was dragging you.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, they've been dragged. So
There's a moment of just pure panic as she's trying to come back from unconsciousness and totally disoriented. But she will, in that moment, be completely focused on Lorraine, and she'll just say, "You're hurt. Let me help." And she's just going to cast Healing Word on Lorraine
Oh,
for
thank you.
5 points of healing. But
Nice.
it's something.
Yeah.
And then she'll just seeing the blob jelly down the hallway, she'll in just a moment she like gets up onto her knees only with her lute, and she will just say, "You could have done better than that, I think." And she'll cast Vicious Mockery.
Nice.
So it needs to
Nice.
make a something 14. Let me just check that out. A Wisdom 14 save.
yeah, This jelly actually is extremely confident about how well it did,
So wise.
knocking the hell out of you, and it doesn't seem impacted at all.
I thought he did pretty good, actually.
But
It's because
Yeah.
the scuff on your boot. It's hard to take you seriously with that scuff.
listen, it's
Uh-huh.
all about the presentation, darling. She's just going to use half of her movement to stand and then just be backing up into the corner.
Yeah, well, so you've got a pillar right beside you if you wanna
I'm just-
steady yourself. Oh, okay, great.
Far
Moving
away
over.
as humanly
Yeah.
possible.
Great. Absolutely.
Gonna fire another
Vale.
shot. Yeah. I'm gonna fire another shot. So hold on. Can I ask a quick question?
No.
It came up to this point and just kind of went
Yes.
against nothing.
Hmm.
And what are these stars on either side of the door?
Those are statues. So those are statues of dwarves. One of them is holding. Well, they both look pretty dilapidated. One was holding something, but it's kind of faded. The other is still in good shape, although badly weathered, and it's holding
Okay.
again that set of scales.
Okay. I'm gonna
Wait.
step past the dwarves
Hmm.
just to take another shot,
Nice.
and hopefully we'll roll more than 1 point for damage.
Take
Twice in a
that, you
row.
dirty mother! And keep going.
15.
15 hits.
Yes. Why won't you die?
I'm sorry,
All
I tried my
right.
best. I
9.
promise.
9. Yeah, it looks diluted finally. Yeah, you hit it, but it's still up. Rickman.
Bloody jelly.
Still got some rage left in me. Jab,
Sorry.
jab, jab.
That hits.
16.
Nice.
8 damage, piercing.
Nice. Oh, it is in bad shape, but it is still up. The jelly, seeing its moment and being a mindless predator, is going to swing at Rickman. All it knows to do. 8 once again.
Missed.
Amazing.
Nice.
Rickman MVP.
I love how they went on a run of like not rolling under a 15.
Oh,
All right.
oh, you liked that, did you?
Well, you know, funny for me.
I'm
Lorraine, you're up.
So Lorraine's gonna take a look back at Aelin, make sure she's safe, and then she's gonna rush over to the blob. Let's see,
Okay.
can she make it? 1, 2. Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And she's gonna grit her teeth and say, "Die!" and bludgeon it, hopefully. Oh gosh, 11. Does 11 hit?
That hits, yeah.
Okay, good. 1 plus 4.
3 ones rolling to fight these things.
Yeah. It is on the edge, but it is still up and going. Aelin, what do you want to do? Oh, sorry.
Aelin.
Would you care to do anything else?
No, I'm just gonna stick right there.
Okay. Great. Yeah, it's in very rough shape. Aelin?
Aelin is just going to fully have the loot in her hands now. Splitting headache, so every time she strums, she like winces a little bit. And she will just say, "You should work harder on maintaining your figure," and just cast Vicious Mockery again. So, Wisdom DC 14. They're
Yeah.
so wise.
I'm super
So,
confident.
do you want to? How much damage would it do if it
Oh.
failed its saving throw?
It's a D4, so that would be 3 points.
Okay, so you see the jelly, like as your words take effect, you see like slowly it looks like almost like it begins sweating or tears are rolling down it as it just begins to lose cohesion, and
It's the
Oh
body
my
body
God.
shaming works
Yeah.
on jelly.
turns out jellies are deeply vulnerable to body shaming.
Oh god.
And now you
Feel the
know.
guilt. What's
Yeah,
the
and
guilt at
hopefully,
now?
yeah,
Oh, the
hopefully
guilt is at
a 6.
-4. It's trying to murder me.
Okay, so
There's
there's a
no
lot.
guilt.
Got it. Good.
And she will just look at the others and she will say, just to be clear, I meant because it was, cohesing around and losing its shape. I didn't mean that. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You didn't
I
even
love
mean it as an insult.
all shapes and sizes. We love it.
Just feeling the pure hatred out of those words makes Rickman come out of his rage as he quickly sobers up and just. Right.
Oh.
Listen, I think that we should just set something clear here. I love everyone. So.
I have lots of jelly friends,
blobs.
like.
No. All right, the guilt is at a 2 at the very least now.
Oh my
Ah,
gosh.
Aelin
delightful.
will first of all take stock of, are there any other jellies dropping from the ceiling?
Yeah, can you roll me a perception, please? And actually, I'd love that from Rickman and Lorraine as well. Just while we're here. Are we safe for the moment?
It's an 11 for me.
12.
That's a natural 1 from me.
What is going on?
Okay, well, let's
It's a
find
lot of
out
ones.
if there are any jellies, and we will right after this break.
Nice.
All right, folks. So we're gonna pause for a minute, and we'll be back. Folks, are we okay to reconvene in about 10 minutes? We're doing the break a little bit early, but
Yeah.
y'all are okay. We'll come back in 10 minutes. So, good to go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, folks, we're back. Thanks for waiting. Let me just go look at my agenda really quick. So once again, you're watching this from 1 to 4 Central Time. Well, you may be watching it any number of times, but this is going to be live from 1 to 4 Central Time on Saturday, and we're going to play on Saturdays regularly going forward. In general, we really appreciate you taking the time to watch. You can join us on Discord, and we'll put the Discord link in the chat as we're actually doing the live show. You can also find us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Heroes Die Show, or on YouTube, youtube.com/at symbol Heroes Die Show. And that's a big part of it. So if you like it, give us a thumbs up on the video or subscribe or do whatever the heck it is that you want to do. And we'd love to hear more from you. And if you want to talk to us, check out the Discord link that we'll make available later. And so with that, our heroes are alive.
Barely.
Still all of them. For now. And are looking to see if there are any more jellies. So we came up with some perception rolls, and sorry, let me just you don't see anything.
I'm gonna push past one of
Fantastic.
these dwarves. A lot of good you did. Boom. Give him a little shove. And I want to go and investigate this thing here.
Sorry, which thing?
The boundary that it bumped up against, this invisible wall. I'm gonna check around, like, is everyone all right?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation.
Uh,
21.
So you don't see anything boundary related. You do, however, see the outlines of what looks like another secret door, just like the secret door on the other side. So right where you were looking, you don't see anything that indicates why the jelly stopped, but not far from that line, a little bit in from that line, there is a very thin crack in the wall, and it looks like there's a mechanism that would allow you to open it. Although you'd need some thieves' tools to access the mechanism.
Huh. It looks like we got something over here. Anyone got any handy thieves' tools about?
Oh, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm feeling kind of rough. Should we
right,
maybe like fall back and take some stock of how everybody's doing?
Aelin will just have
Yeah.
probably like put her back against the wall and slid down the wall, so she's just sitting with her lute like on her knees, and her head is like pressed against her lute for a moment, just kind of breathing.
Aelin, welcome back to the land of the living.
Lorraine, well, thank you, Val, but Lorraine, I owe you my life. Thank you.
Well, I don't know how much I actually helped. I thought I wasn't going to do any good there for a minute. But you're welcome. I'm glad you're back. Let me help you. Help her up.
Of course, and she'll just kind of look down at the state of her clothing, and she'll just kind of.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. We all sacrifice something for survival, right? You did amazingly. Don't doubt yourself. I'm alive because of you. And she will look at Rickman and you, and she'll look at Val and you as well. Thank you.
Well, let's get you out of here.
Yes. Perhaps a short breather before we. The Dwarven brothers said that they continue to come back, so I don't think the job is necessarily done.
No, but I don't think you're in any state to be facing any more of those things. I'm not feeling too good myself either.
I have never had a headache that hurts worse than this right now. In fact, I feel like everyone's yelling, but that might just be me, right?
Oh, sorry. My
No.
voice is a little loud. I can't help it.
No, I think it's me at this point. You're right. Let's retreat for now.
Okay, I'll help you. I'll help Aelin out. At least in that direction, towards the door.
Okay. So y'all head back out, right? So that's uneventful. You see Dazzlin and Norbus looking at you. They go, "Well, that sure seemed close."
It was.
Norbus is willing to speak in common so that you can actually hear him.
Yes, it was rather touch and go there for a moment or two. Perhaps not my best day, at the very least.
Well, you earn the stones, and Dazzlin passes you, or each of them pass you one of the 2 stones.
Are you
Nice.
sure that the job is done? Didn't you say that? Sorry.
As they're handing you the stones,
I'm sorry, I hit my head really hard in
Like-
there, and
You're right.
I was talking crazy. I'm sorry. Please disregard everything that I've said. I truly. Are there 4 dwarves? Did you multiply while I was in the room?
Yeah, she's a bit crazy. She bumped her head.
Yes.
She's not speaking right.
Not always. And then she'll just start speaking in Draconic instead of Common. And she'll just be like, do I know how to speak Common? In Draconic.
All right. So they explain to you that using the stones, you can mentally send a message to whoever's holding the other stone, like sending the sending spell or like using the sending spell. Although you can only do this once per day.
Okay.
Rickman will chime in. And I do believe there was a 25 gold on top of that, correct?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, you see Norbus like scowl and he curses in Dwarven. And goes, "Yep, yep. Slipped my mind in all the excitement." He
For
pulls
a
out
job
a little bag
completely
of gold.
done, of course.
Mm.
She'll say in Draconic still, because she's gotta commit at this
I mean,
point.
we looked around and didn't see any more jellies. I feel confident that there were just the 2. They travel like shapeshifters. Those goopus monsters travel in 2s, that's always.
That's a rule.
Rickman is convinced.
Yeah, great. Do y'all want to take a short rest here with the dwarves? They're willing to share their rations and stuff. So they've got some
let's do
food.
it.
Yes. As they sit down to rest, Aelin will just gently pluck at her lute, and it's this. You know how it's like almost a video game, like when you're at a waiting screen, it's just that gentle, easy music. She will do that and then just do her feature Song of Rest. So everyone that's rolling hit dice can do an extra d6 for health.
Ooh.
Nice.
Will
That's good.
do.
Song of Rest. Let's see how- Oh, 1. Thank you. And
All right, do y'all hear your campfire music?
Nope.
No.
Oh, well, I can hear it. Well, that's courtesy of tabletop audio. So folks that are at home, you can hear something that sounds entirely inappropriate for the scene. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it. But it's my first attempt at adding audio from tabletop audio.
I'm also going to use my second wind, which is
Okay.
because I'm hurt. Oh, perfecto. So I heal 10. Just kind of jazzed a little bit. Yeah.
rolled really well. I did a 7 on my D8 and a 6 on my D6.
Nice.
Amazing.
Nice. Back
All
up the
right,
fold.
so you are able to successfully take a long rest here with the aid of Norbus and Daslin, who are able to cover for you as you do that. And they're just really impressed. They've been run off by those jellies a bunch of times, and so they're psyched you managed to get it cleared out.
Did we?
Dude,
My guilt is at least at a 3 right now because I'm really unsure if they're going to return and murder these poor dwarves. Just to be clear, sorry,
While
go ahead.
we're
I was just
go ahead. While we're resting and chatting and all that, Rickman will say, "But you did hear us about the dragon, right?"
Oh yeah, yep. Dragon, got it.
And could you just, and Rickman will just sort of like find the flyer, the notice, that he took with him and say, "Can you just sign here that we warned you about this?" And hold the flyer up so he knows that people are also like so concerned that they're willing to pay. I think we explained it to him, but showing him the flyer, but also asking him to sign the flyer.
Yeah, so Daslin looks at it and he goes, "Well, Norbus, you think maybe we ought to head out?" And Norbus looks at him and starts chastising him in Dwarven. He goes, "Are you crazy, Daslin? This fine. We just opened it up." And he pulls out a little bit of charcoal from the fire and he makes like an X on your fly. He's like, "Got it."
Are we sure that's legible? She'll whisper to Rickman.
It's good as I know how to make my mark.
I think it shall suffice.
X marks the spot, I suppose. Just to be clear, are we taking a short rest or a long rest?
You took a short rest here. I don't know what
Yeah.
y'all intend to do.
That's all right.
What's the plan? Do we want to go back to town and
I think
collect
our
our
job here
reward?
is done, really, unless you want to fight more of them snots.
So Lorraine will, if there's a way to like take the others aside, like quietly without being in earshot of the dwarves.
Absolutely. Do you want to head further into the ruin or back out into the town?
I guess not in the direction of like where there might be slimes.
Okay, so back into the town a little bit.
Into the town. Okay. She'll just say, "How do y'all feel about leaving with the job maybe potentially half done? I mean, I know we got paid, but if we're trying to, establish any kind of reputation or anything like that, it might not look good if word gets out that we cheated some people out on a job."
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon that does feel a little sour. Also,
It's up to y'all. I just wanted to bring it up as an option.
Also, if you were all interested, I did find a wee bit of a secret door right by the entrance.
A secret door?
Yeah, just a little slightest bit of indentation right next to where those blobs stopped. It's right in the. I reckon I could get in there with a bit of thieves' tools, but I don't got them. In case you wanted to investigate further.
Maybe could be worth checking out. Another reason to go back in.
I don't think those dwarves know about it yet.
I do agree that it seems terrible to complete a job halfway, and I would feel very terribly guilty if we left with that at least a 4 to 5. So I agree that sticking around and making sure the job is done. However, I'll be honest with you, I think that I would prefer to rest up completely before we venture back in there, if that's possible. I'm very tapped out.
Question for the DM. What time of day is it?
Yeah, so about midday. So with your long rest, it's now like you basically had a long lunch with these folks.
Okay, with the short rest is a long lunch.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you're at somewhere around noon, maybe 1:30, noon to 2.
I suppose if we really needed to check it out today, it would be all right.
I don't think there's necessarily a rush. I mean, I don't mind just hanging out, sleeping the night, and going back in the morning if that's okay with everybody else. I don't know how the dwarves would feel about it. I don't want to wear out our welcome, but
Oh,
I think we could let them do whatever they think they need to do, and we could come back and get whatever's left.
I believe the dwarves won't be an issue. I'm sure that I could make our stay pleasant.
Right.
okay.
Aye.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Um, Daslin was the nice one, right? Or was it Norvis?
Daslin was the friendlier one for sure.
Daslin, while we were very proficient at that job, it was a little bit more strenuous than we had thought. Would it be all right if we stayed here for the night before heading back to town, just to be sure that we're fully at our best, so that we don't meet our demise on the road?
Yep, fair enough. Just camp on the other side of that wall there. And he points at the wall that you had to pass to get not the first one, but the second wall that protects the inner courtyard area. So you had like a 4 in some places 6-foot wall right here that looked pretty badly damaged here and here.
Okay.
We're gonna be now that it's cleared out, we're gonna be back to excavating.
Yes, I couldn't help but notice that there was a statue with multiple dragon heads on it. Does that have some meaning in the dwarvish culture?
It could be anything. We don't want to prejudge stuff. Do you care to roll me a quick insight?
Darling, yes, I would love to. That's a 13 total.
He's lying about something. This guy is certainly lying about something. Where did you grow up? I'm sorry. Quick pause.
Honestly, I hadn't thought about it too much, but a large city in the area.
So the closest large city is Rexentrum.
Probably Rexington.
Yeah. So the capital of the empire. So give me a quick history check. Or religion. I'll take either.
That is a 16 total.
That was a statue of Tiamat, and Tiamat is definitely a banned god. So in the empire, there are certain gods that are forbidden by law, right? And the worship of Tiamat is definitely on that list. So you can imagine if you were a couple of prospectors, you'd want to keep the sort of temple that you were robbing on the DL, or at least outside of official notice.
I understand that this statue is a representation that might be better left hidden. Is that true?
Daslin looks at you and he goes, on second thought, maybe it's best you folk, now that we're done our business, maybe head on back to town. I feel like the town's gonna be they could worry. Clearly, there's some worriers over there.
Deslin, and she will just kind of gesture towards her eyes and over at Lorraine, and she'll say, "Does it look like we're normal Empire folk? Our stakes, we won't be running off to tell your secrets. I can assure you.
What are you angling for here exactly?
Honestly, nothing from you. I simply want to expand my knowledge of the world. You see, I was in Rexington most of my life, and I fear that I was unprepared for road travel. And it seems like it's a good opportunity to learn a little bit more about how the world works.
All right, fair. Make a persuasion check.
That's really good. That's a 19.
All right. Yeah, so he goes, well, tell you a little. So, you know, lots of cultures have lots of folks. Not all dwarves are the same. Looks here like we got some sort of cult that really loved amassing wealth. So you can see why it's a little appealing to me and my brother to dig in. And I don't know too much about this god in particular, other than to know that it's possible it might be a god that is not commonly worshipped, but who knows? You know, these symbols can mean any sorts of things. What I know is we got ourselves a temple to some dwarves, or built by some dwarves that really love collecting money. And while I don't necessarily sympathize with all that they believe, I certainly believe in me collecting their money. And Norbus growls at him. He's like, "God damn it!" Well, you don't know what he's saying, but he yells something in Dwarvish at his brother.
I know what he's saying.
Right.
Coin
saying,
is.
"God damn it, you loose-lipped idiot."
Yes, coin is a very large motivator most of the time. It's very understandable, and listen, I'm not going to rat you out by any means. I just want to build up a very good rapport between the two of us. And I was just wondering if there was any correlation between the dragon sightings and a statue that is in regard to a dragon. Seems like there might be a little bit of correlation there.
That would be quite the unusual coincidence, I admit.
How long ago was that statue unearthed?
Well, now we've been digging out this here site for the last 2 months. We only got in here. We only got in here about 3 days ago. We're still trying to figure out how to deal with the jellies.
How, out of curiosity, do we know when the dragon sighting started?
You heard word of the town putting out a call for adventurers about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, Deslin, I'm sorry if I came across as rude or pushy in any way, or cause for concern. And thank you for being so forthcoming with me.
Well, you know, I like to be honest as often as I can. And he looks over his brother, even with other folk. And Norbus just spits. I'm not spitting in my office. I'll bring a spittoon for future episodes, so we can do it more.
Yeah, please.
Definitely.
Later on, Aelin is going to prestidigitation that part of the floor. I don't want to step on that and get my boots all mucky on the bottom.
Yeah, or just wait for the jellies to come back. You have options.
Oh man!
But that being said, in that note, Dazzlin and Norbus do look like they're grabbing their gear and they're getting ready to go back in. So they're getting some excavation tools, and they look like they're ready to start work.
Out of curiosity, I'm sure Aelin has seen thieves' tools before, although she's not proficient with them in any way. Do Dazzlin and Norbus have any thieves' tools like in their possession that she notices?
They've got full tool boxes, so it's quite likely they've got all kinds of things, and they are clearly here, equipped and ready to go to go exploring through this spot. So it's not unlikely. And again, the door that y'all did see that was open wasn't like smashed open.
Mm.
They do, however, have
Mhm.
hammers, chisels, all kinds of things that could like. It's just a door. Like it didn't even look like a particularly thick door. It was just made to look like the wall. So this
Right.
is something that you could potentially kick in or smash in.
So Vale knows what he needs to get through this
Well, certainly,
secret door.
it
The
looked
hidden one.
like with some thieves' tools, you could try and disarm or open the door, even though it doesn't have an obvious opening from this side. Like it clearly is meant to be open, or judging from the other one, it's meant to be open from the other side.
But could I
Um,
like makeshift thieves' tools with like I don't know, I could probably do it with that chisel and that nail or
I'm
like do I
certain
need
you could
specific
ask Daslin and Norbus for tools, and you might even be able to buy some stuff off them, or
Hmm.
use their tools, or they might share with you, or whatever. Right? A number of
Yeah.
things. And again, if you were looking to, you could probably just try and kick it in, also.
Okay. Well, I'll wait for these guys to get out of here and then kick down this door. Wait for
Well,
them
it's
to
clear
get out of earshot.
they're going in, right? Daslin and Norbus are getting ready to go back into the temple now that y'all have cleared it out.
Yeah. Would it be
I'm
wise to follow them? I mean, if there are any traps or anything, I mean.
Don't we want to check out the secret door?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I'm going to try to. Well, do you think you can do it with finesse, or do we have to bust down the place?
I'm gonna just try driving my shoulder into it.
All right, is there any way we could do it? Listen, I don't want to rob them, of course, but wouldn't it be better to see what's in there without other prying eyes around? If you could
It
try,
ain't robbing them.
of course, if you can try to muffle your entrance, I will try to distract them with a sound in a different location.
That sounds great.
All right. I am going to.
Sorry, folks. I'll need a quick pause. Help me understand. So I believe y'all were planning to set up camp and rest on the far side of the wall.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to sound like Vale and Aelin are going back into the ruins. Is that where we're at?
Well, once these dwarves go in, the second they go out of earshot, Vale's gonna say that's what we're trying to discuss. It's like once they're out of earshot,
So
I'm gonna
they're
drive my shoulder into it.
they've headed into the ruins. You are gonna y'all are camped on the far side of the wall, so probably about 30 feet from the entrance, 25 feet from the entrance. So you would have to go back in individually or as a group and start busting down this door. But that's where they're going.
Oh,
or
they're
have
going
gone
into
now.
the same door that we're
They're
trying
going,
to.
yeah, they're going into the ruins. So they wanted you to clear out the jellies so that they could begin likely looting this temple, right? Or continue looting this temple.
Do you fellas happen to have any thieves' tools about? Or some small tools that we might be able to use, maybe even buy? Bit of shiny gold for you.
Norbus looks over. He goes, "Well, what you looking for? We got tools."
Yeah, like common thieves' tools that you'd see around.
Simply because we've lost our keys
Exactly.
to our dwelling, and we didn't want to bother anyone. We asked if we could get a different set of keys, but it takes time, and we just need to get back into our dwelling when we get back to the town.
Right. Yeah. I could sell you some thieves too, or some tools. 25 gold.
How? I'm trying to get a skull back. What about? I'll just say.
I bet
there.
you're good for it. he elbows Daslin.
That's interesting, but I believe
they're now, by the way, back in the temple. So they've gone into the
Yes.
main room. So they're right by the entrance to the main room, and they look like they're proceeding cautiously. They each have poles, like long poles, look like they're about 10 feet long, and they're like tapping the ground and like checking things before moving forward.
I believe that the current going rate for tools that we would be looking for would be about 15 gold pieces.
Well, I say you find something that's going to give you that deal and you take it.
Yes, would that be you?
It would not. No.
Mm.
These
Are
are
you
25 gold.
are you sure you can't just do us this little favor? I mean, we're willing to stick around a bit longer to make sure that nothing else puts you in
Hmm.
danger
We
in
could
here
actually
in
leave them here
exchange.
for you. We don't really want them.
Oh, you're looking for a rental.
Just a rental.
Yeah. That's 25 gold for a day.
No. No. You can drive a hard. You drive a hard bargain. Too rich for my blood, I'm afraid. Oh well. Good luck in there.
Now, you were saying there's something else in here?
Yeah. Lots.
There could be, you don't know how deep it goes.
Mm.
It's a ruin,
You'll
and
find out.
in my experience, there's usually all manner of dangerous creatures inside these types of places.
She knows. She's seen
Yeah,
him.
roll me a persuasion with advantage because you've got this help from Vale.
Go for it.
Persuasion is really bad.
Who's got the ice cream truck?
Oh, that's actually a natural 1 and a 19 minus 1 for 18.
Okay. Yeah, great. I assume we'll get Alien back in a minute. So yeah, 18. So they look less confident than they looked a second ago as they were boldly proclaiming that,
Mhm.
the thieves' tools were 25 gold. So they go, well, it wouldn't hurt if you stuck around a little bit. And I guess if you're using it while we're here, I could lend them to you, or you have something you want me to try and open. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with these tools.
Well, we'll just borrow them, and you can go on about your business. We will maybe stay out here, take a rest, and if you need anything, if you encounter anything else while you're in there, we'll be here.
Mhm.
Uh, well, are you trying to use them in the temple or somewhere else?
Listen,
Because we're right here in the temple right now. We
of
just go.
course.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. Just, just go on. We don't need no tools.
All right,
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I didn't want to say anything because I understand that it's not quite kosher, but I understand that you probably yourself are, and she'll just gesture towards the statue, probably not offended by that.
Hmm.
Vale has a little bit of a hard time keeping his hands to himself, and we thought that if we foster it just a little bit, to help him be able to get into locked places and just experience the thrill in a spot that didn't necessarily hurt anyone, that he might get his fill of it and then he might just not have those feelings anymore.
Urges, yeah, he gets those.
Because I'll get in regardless. It's just property damage at that point.
So I've
Uh,
just noticed, and she'll just gesture towards like the open doors and things. We were going to just lock him out and see if he could get back in. Nothing crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me a persuasion check and see if they give you the tools.
That's a 17 total.
All right, yeah, you've
Mm.
talked Norbus and Daslin and your dungeon master in circles, and so and so Norbus, while making a remark about how you can't, I told you the big folk aren't to be trusted, sticky fingers and all that. They do pass you a set of tattoos, so they're like, all right, well, I guess have fun, but leave them before you go. You're not
Of
taking them
course.
with you.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah, for sure.
we would
for sure.
never. And also, like Lorraine said, if you're in danger in any way, just call out and we'll come and rescue you, free of charge.
All right, all right. And you see them resume to tapping their way forward as they're checking everything for hollowness or other traps as they continue looking on their way towards the altar. They are, these are some cautious dwarves.
I guess we would just be kind of waiting for them to get out of
Yeah.
earshot and eyesight.
Make like a humanoid wall to block off view of Vale. Although he's taller than me, so I don't correct. No, I'm just stand on my
All right.
toes.
You see them slowly, about a minute at a time. They're advancing 5 feet, 5 feet as they like continue tapping their way through things. And they stop at one point and they go to one of the pillars, the pillar to the top or to the just above where you see Dazzlin, and he starts tapping on it with a hammer and listening, tapping on it with a hammer and listening. Like, all right, and they keep going, but they're not moving quickly, and they're just making a beeline. Like they're straight in your line of sight. Like it doesn't look like they're. Unfortunately, they're not going anywhere.
Rickbin, have you ever used these before?
Rickman just shakes his head, kind of looks at his claws, and says, "Only tools I've ever needed."
Right. Is anyone else better at this than I imagine I would be?
Do you lack finesse, darling?
There's something else I'd rather do while someone else would be working on this.
That's not my strong suit.
Well,
All right. Well,
if you really feel uncomfortable, I could give it a try, or I could help you become a little bit better at it.
Okay. Sure.
So it's
What do I
effectively
need to roll?
a straight dex check.
Okay, I'm good at that.
I will just strum a little ditty about how dexterous his fingers are, and you've got this, Vale.
And
Even
make it
body
loud
condition.
too.
Yeah, while they're doing that, Rickman is going to just be right behind the dwarves, just kind of like looking over their shoulder and just saying like, making sure nobody comes up behind you. Nothing comes up behind you. I got your back, buddies. I got your back.
Yeah, as you're doing this, actually,
Oh, no.
Dazzlin loudly exclaims and moves up towards this pillar. And he goes, Norbus, come check this out. And Norbus and Dazzlin are now super focused on this pillar right here, and they're tapping on it. So it looks
Now's
like
your
they've.
chance.
You can even hear it. In fact, you're right there, Rickman. You can hear as they're tapping on this one spot of the pillar that it has like a hollow sound compared to the rest of it. So they are excited. They have found something.
Give it a go. You're clear.
I'm going to take out my crowbar right before I start working on these tools. I'm going to hand it to Lorraine. I'm going to say, "Oi, pull out them pins." I'm going to gesture to the pins holding these doors open.
We need to put the door off the hinges.
No, close the door.
Shut the door.
Oh.
With
You know,
Rickman inside
Over
of them?
here. No. We're going to wait for Rick. We just want them to be able to move slowly.
What
Rickman. Sorry, Lorraine.
was your plan here?
We get Rickbin back. Close the door. Problem solved.
I don't know if... Rickman, darling, I need to ask you a question. If you wouldn't mind. It's very important.
And just
Right.
casually, but quickly, but casually walk back towards the group.
And I'm gonna start working on the door.
Does it look like if I pull these pins out that the doors will close automatically?
No, it doesn't look like they force close. It looks like they're just big, heavy stone doors that if you closed it, and there is a bar. Unfortunately, the bar's on the other side, but like you could close it and bar him. Although you'd have to be on the other side to bar him. So
Okay.
you could just close it.
Well,
It's got door handles, so you could hold it closed against the dwarves.
I mean, I'll take the pins out, but I'll leave the doors open for now.
Yeah, yeah. Just in case, you know.
Yeah.
We don't know what's in there.
All right, so a
Um,
dexterity check.
Yep.
What do we got?
With the
Oh,
So
Oh,
yeah, so,
were you giving me advantage?
bardic
No.
inspiration.
Oh, Bardic. No.
That's a d6, which I
I
don't
can
even
only
think
roll
that-
3 on that.
oof.
Yeah.
yeah. So no, you're unable to open the door there.
All right, darling, hand them over. Can I give it a try?
Right. Here you
So
go.
you're also not proficient in thieves' tools, right?
I'm not. Nope.
Okay.
But I'm going to use my inspiration to roll at advantage.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Straight dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really good. 21 total with the
Yeah.
advantage.
So there's a little latch on the other side, and you hear a little tick, and the door slowly swings open.
It never quite goes away, you know. She'll hand
Well
the tools back
done.
to Vale.
Yeah. As it swings open, there is a extremely dank and dusty corridor on the other side there.
Oh, that's a good sign.
But again, looks like it looks a bit like you saw from the other side, right? Like a different like architecture and style. The ceilings are a lot lower, so they're 7 feet here, and you know it's more just rough stone as opposed to smooth and decoratively carved.
Can we close the door behind us and make it look like we're just on a stroll outside so that they can't come in after us?
Close the hidden door.
Yes.
It is a hidden door, so it hasn't been noticed.
Okay.
Let's close it. Come on, everybody in.
Are you sure you're down? You're up for it without the long sleep?
We should be fine. Now I'm excited. I've never been in a place like this. And she will just put her hand out and cast prestidigitation because it's filthy.
Well, the fact that it's dirty is a good sign. It means there's probably not any of those jellies. There could be things though, so let me go first.
Question for Rickman. Have you lit another torch? Because your first torch is burned out at this point.
Yeah, Rickman would just be chaining torches unless otherwise noted.
Chain
Okay.
torching?
Yeah, chain torching for sure.
So be
And
sure.
while they're having the conversation, Rickman's already been curious and has wandered in the first 10 feet or so into the corridor while they're discussing.
Great.
Mhm.
So it is again, you can feel that weight of stone. Do mark off one torch on your sheet. So you can feel that heavy weight of stone. You can feel that perspiration. It smells like dead, not dead like a corpse, right? Because obviously you've seen the dead before, right? It's not that sort of thing. It smells like dead as in nothing lives here, right? Like it is not quite sterile, but what's the right word?
Humid.
A bit like a crypt, right? Like just devoid of life.
Musty.
Musty. Oh, there we go.
Musty.
She'll like sneeze a little bit and just be like, I've never been in a dustier place than this, I don't believe.
Yeah, in fact, as you walk, like the dust kicks up, right? Because it has been settling. So it's not good for anybody with allergies.
Lorraine will hand Aelin, like she's got one of the, like a little bandana, you know.
Oh.
Here you go. It's she'll wipe it on her sleeve. It's pretty clean.
Oh, you're an absolute darling. But as she takes it from Lorraine's hand, she's going to cast prestidigitation on it, and
That's probably wise.
then just like wipe her eyes, which are very much tearing up at this point.
You were surprised to learn that it was originally a white handkerchief.
Oh,
It changes color drastically.
yeah, Oh, I
Damn
see.
it, Rickman, take an inspiration if you don't have it.
Yeah.
That's too good.
Is
Also,
used for scrap often, Lorraine?
Quick pause. Sorry.
mm,
For those of you, if you are going in and closing the door behind you, I need you to move your tokens in,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're in the room.
Mhm.
I'll close the door behind you.
is there a latch on the other side of the door?
There is. So it is exactly that, right? So you use the tool and you were able to pull the latch that's on the other side, but on the other side
Mhm.
there's a little thing that you can pull back and it will allow it to latch. So the door latches solidly behind.
I write. Sorry, Ken. I write a little IOU on a piece of paper and leave it on the floor.
What? You don't have a ton of time.
Okay.
So
I just
We
want
just
them to come back and
disappear.
see a note.
Don't leave evidence that we.
remember, you don't have ballpoint pens here, right?
That's true. That's true. I'm not a scribe.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
all right,
Also,
so oh,
can I mention something? I think we should divvy up those stones and travel in pairs.
Do we really need to split up in here? It's just
Not really, but it might be handy if.
okay.
Would you
Well, in
rather
case
go down?
we get separated, maybe that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Would you rather go down this one hallway or this same hallway?
Hmm.
It appears that there's only one way to go at this point.
yeah, you
That's
are stuck.
good
So
idea.
it's a tunnel. It is pitch black. So outside of your torches, there is no source of light. So Rickman has
Okay.
one. Lorraine, do you have one?
A
Lit?
torch?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
hadn't lit another one. I mean, I can
Okay.
see, but I guess.
So I'm gonna have to be. I think if someone with a torch could be somewhat in front of me.
Well,
Or
you've
maybe
got
if I
Rickman
go
in the
here.
front with a torch.
There we go. I can shoot over people's shoulders and stuff. There we go. This is good.
I'm
That's a
also
good-
so sorry
Oops.
to Vale, who spent a lot of time making a fire, as I can do that with prestidigitation. And I forgot about that.
Oh.
So I will light the torch very easily
Don't even tell him. Don't even
for
tell him.
Rickman.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right, so
who's
as you
going
round this-
first?
As you round
Sorry.
this corner, Rickman, just because you're in front, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Paula. Or I'm sorry, Lorraine. So sorry. There is on your left a clear door, right? So this looks more like a traditional door, just wood. Yeah, wood door, and it's got a normal handle. At the far end of the hall, there's another very similar door, wood handled.
Rickman just approaches the first door and he's just gonna see if it unlocks, opens, etc. But try to open the door.
Yeah, absolutely. It opens without issue or complaint. And then you see another door very similar to the one that you just came through, except for the inside of that. So again, it looks like it's very obvious from this side that it is one of those hidden doors, and it is the exact same little latching mechanism where you would pull something back, and then it would allow you to go through.
Are we
Well,
going to end up in the same chamber that the dwarves are in if we go through that door?
maybe we should continue going straight, and
Aye.
I'll go right after you. But should we divvy up those stones just real quick in case something happens? I'll take one.
Is it girls and guys?
How about you take the other one, Rickman?
Aye. And he'll accept the stone.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
And then
hold on.
good.
Could you give your bardic inspiration through sending?
I think it has to. I would believe it would have to. I don't think so. That I can see within 60 feet. That can hear you.
Hmm.
I don't have to see them, but they have to be able to hear me. Which, no, within 60 feet though. That's fair. No, I don't. I guess that would be up to Jason.
Rickman.
No.
I can't sing him a little sending song.
Rickman approaches the farther door and similarly without listening or caution just tries to open it.
Yeah, it just opens smoothly. So you're in luck. Yeah, it just opens smoothly once again. And now you find yourself looking in a room where, it looks like it was a bigger room. And this one actually does seem a little bit nicer than the hallway that you just passed through. However, it looks like there was a very significant rockfall. And right here in the room, you can see a bunch of boulders, again, lots of dust, and there's a pile of boulders and a collapsed tunnel in front of you.
Yeah, Rick,
And otherwise
move in.
it seems empty. Although, please feel free, anybody, to give me a perception roll. Or one person give me a perception roll with advantage. I'm neutral on it.
I'll take a look around. Oh, okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I only rolled once
Okay,
though. So
I'll take a look around too.
Yeah.
That's a 13.
Yeah, so looking through, it looks like there is nothing of interest or value in here.
Well, it appears to be a dead end. Maybe we could go back to that other door.
I suppose it doesn't hurt.
Nothing, eh?
All right. Follow behind Rickman.
All right, so you open this door, and you find yourselves looking at the room. And as you're looking out there, you can see Dazzlin and Norbus. Like, they're both laughing and smiling, and you can see what looks like a nice pile, not like a neat pile, but like a scattered set of skulls not far from them. And you see them each. They've got some gems in their hand, and they're smiling and they're joking with each other back and forth. So as you search the empty hallway, it looks like Dazzlin and Norbus found themselves some gems.
Okay.
And they look over at you. They're smiling, looking over at you, and they go, "Oh, hey, how'd you get in there?"
We just pressed against the door, and suddenly we just went through the wall.
Here's your thieves' tools back. I check them the thieves' tools.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, it turns out we didn't need them.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, should we maybe get on over to our camp and take a sleep? Take a lie down?
Aye.
All right.
All right, so
after all of that,
I feel like a total jerk here. But so after all that, we're gonna go back and take a long rest at our camp.
It's worth checking out. Where were we camping?
So there is like a fire spot here.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so you still got a while. So you've got a while till even dinner. So, kind of depends what you're looking to do.
I mean, we could just pass the time, just hang out, relax.
Out of curiosity, this door to the north, does that lead anywhere?
Yeah, that little room there.
It led to what looked like another collapsed tunnel. But it's possible that there are more secret doors inside this place. Like, it's clear that they found some sort of secret in one of the pillars.
Can we just help them, honestly, look for things? Like, look for hidden doors, other hidden doors in this room? Or any...
I mean, we could definitely.
Levers, plates, anything of the sort?
I mean, if you're down for it, I have all my health back. I don't need to sleep.
Same.
So.
Yeah, you feel like helping these dwarves out.
Pass the time, I suppose.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, so as you come back in, see them, stuff some things in their pocket, and Norbus looks at you very suspiciously. Dazzlin, is like, "Oh, hey, welcome back."
Of course.
So, found a tunnel.
Yeah.
See, I knew there was more to this place.
Yes, it was the strangest thing. Val was he went to lean against the wall and he just fell right on through. It's amazing.
Not right through it. Yeah.
Yeah, Dazzlin just smiles and Norbus just like scowls harder.
Uh,
Have you
Well,
tried to lean against any of the doors? Sorry, Lorraine.
we were just,
It's my
it's
best
kind of
dwarven scowl.
early in the day. It's not really time for us to go to sleep yet. So we just thought maybe you could use some help, some backup.
Yeah, wouldn't mind that at all. You see, the trick we've been finding is you just kind of whack everything, and eventually, if it's not right, you can hear it. You gotta feel that stone. Well, maybe y'all can't feel the stone. I can feel the stone. Norris, can you feel the stone? Hell yeah, I can feel the stone.
Rickman nods and just turns to the pillar that's closest to him, just whacks it with his great axe as hard as he can.
Aelin at the same time will she will cast prestidigitation to try to make what she would assume is the sound that hearing a rock would make. She's just going to make up a sound to accompany it.
It pairs that large crack of the battle axe cracking against the pillar very well. It's loud for a minute. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Vale will investigate the Tiamat statue.
Yeah, the statue. Yeah, so could you please give me a investigation roll?
Okay.
Please take another. Oh, do I want to burn another one of these? Sure, I'll do a little song, a little ditty, give him bardic inspiration.
Oh my god. That's a good verse about me. I like that one.
Rickman's kind of caught on about the song enhancing people's ability and assumes that it's helping him, that Aelin's trying to encourage him to whack at this other pillar.
You're doing lovely, darling. Keep it up. I just kind of want to.
17.
Oh, nice.
Just rolling twice for the hell of it. Yeah, 17.
Yeah, so I think you're getting bardic inspiration, which will allow you to roll an extra d6 to add to it.
Oh, right.
Yep.
So 17 plus 6.
So do you want to roll a d6 to add to it?
Yeah. Plus 3.
Okay. So yeah, 20. So there is a statue there. It doesn't look like the altar had much beyond that, although it does look now, checking out the altar, there's some dried stuff on it. Some dried stuff on it that you get the very distinct impression was blood. Like this was a altar that had the statue, and there's the statue of the figure of the dragon. It's somewhat just damaged, and then there's like a bowl indentation just under where the dragon is like standing up very fierce. So looks like there's some remnants of dried blood within the bowl.
What if, when we fill the bowl, I'm just going to take out my water skin, and can I like fill the bowl with water?
Absolutely. Yeah. You fill the bowl with some water. You hear the noise out of Zelda, like doo 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 doo. No, I'm kidding. Nothing happens. It would have been really good, and like I really wish it had something, but unfortunately nothing happens. That's a great idea. So inspiration for the absolutely fantastic idea.
I want to mess with these dwarves. Just I can't help it a little bit. I'm going to, on one of the pillars, I'm just going to cast prestidigitation to put the mark of Tiamat on one of the random pillars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so that when they see it, maybe they'll spend some time thinking a random pillar is really special.
Right. Got it. Absolutely. So the dwarves are back to now. They actually are actively investigating all the various pillars within the room. So there's 4 big pillars, and so they are checking them all. So they're very diligently, like they've got little hammers and they're tapping on the stone and listening and tapping and listening as they go through. It also looks like there's about a dozen skulls on the floor right over near where they opened that compartment. So it looks like it was full of bones. or full of skulls, not bones.
Can I just start going around the room at that point and look for any more hidden doors? Like now that I know what I'm
Absolutely.
looking for, can
Mhm.
I do that?
I
Absolutely.
will
Yeah, give me a-
help you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're all
well, in
gonna
fact,
do that.
each of you give me a perception, and I'll give each of you a chance to find the thing.
Okey
Now that you
doke.
know that what you're looking for.
Can I? Let's see. That's a 14 total for Aelin.
16.
All right. Well,
8.
Rickman and Vale, there is a door right here that you see.
Oh.
Aelin, you see one right here.
Oh.
Mm.
Are we gonna distract these people? So wait, we have to sacrifice like one of the doors, right? Give them one of the doors, and we take one of the doors, and hope that our door has the stuff in it.
I like that after the
wanna
last
sacrifice one?
attempt. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, do we want to sacrifice a door or a dwarf?
Oh.
Either way, I'm on board.
I
No.
the guilt would go up to at least a 6 if we just murdered these dwarves.
Okay, door it
Door it
is
is.
then. Door it is.
Should I, Rickman, should I give this one a good old heave ho?
Aye.
All right. I'm gonna wind up and charge this hidden door. Oh wait, looks like we've got another one.
Absolutely fantastic. Please roll me on athletics.
Athletics. 23.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Nice.
So you bust that door down. So you come charging through, you bust the door down, and you step in. Another closed-in tunnel, and so you start looking up ahead of you. There's some debris. You notice. Actually, roll me a perception, please.
Sure.
Just real quick.
What we got here? 18.
It stands out to you that the floor here, in spite of having some debris, is otherwise absolutely dust-free.
Oh.
Heads up, Rickman.
man.
And back up.
As you begin backing up, you
Oh.
see a thing begin condensing into place, and there in front of you
No.
is another jelly.
Oh no.
It does not, however, get
Debris.
the drop on you, because
We spotted him.
because you noticed that the floor was slick and began reacting. You
Okay.
are in the fortunate situation that while you're all queued up in a nice line with the jelly in front of you, you do have the advantage of not being surprised. So with that, can I get everybody to roll for initiative, please?
Oh, God damn it.
Uh,
Listen to him laugh. He loves it.
Oh my
I
goodness.
do. Yeah, I do really love it.
It's a 12 for Aelin.
Okay, 12 for Aelin.
19.
Gotcha. All right,
She
Lorraine.
will
21.
shout to the dwarves, "We have incoming! Prepare yourselves." Or not. Either
All
way.
right. So with that, Lorraine, you're the first to react. So you see the jelly again starting to loom up out of the wall. So it looks like there's a big wide patch of wall, and it all kind of congeals together. And right there in front of Vale is this large jelly. What would you like to do?
Is it possible to move through my friends and get into a space next to the jelly, or is that not possible?
Yeah, it's fully packed. So you'd have to you could shove past either of them, but you'd have to find a way to actually trade spaces with Vale to be able to get in there and swing at it. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, the spaces are way too tight.
Just get in the room.
but I can't get inside the room.
You can't get inside the little tunnel. So again, it's a little tunnel.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to make it in now. Not unless somebody moves out of the way.
But they can't
They
move.
can't. Yeah, they can't move on this turn.
Oh. Well, is it possible for me to... I'm taller than these other folks. Can I throw one of my unlit torches? I don't have anything else. I could throw my axe, but I don't want to throw that, so.
Yeah, so that'll be an improvised weapon. So you won't have proficiency, but you'll get a D4 if you want to toss a torch.
Sure, I'll just toss one. Let's see here. That's a 14, just straight 14.
That's a hit. Well, so it would be with your strength, right?
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, cool. And then that is a 2.
2 plus again. Let's add your strength then.
4.
So 6 damage total, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So the torch. So as you're sitting there, Vale and Rick, or Vale, like as you're horrified that this thing is in front of you and you're trying to figure out what to do, you see this stick come flinging by your head and just sink solidly into the jelly. That is now like filled up the space in front of you and congealed together. And with that, you're able to act. What would you like to do? Oh, sorry, wait. Lorraine, was there anything else you'd like to do before?
Yeah, I probably would have yelled, duck, and then, yeah, I'll just, I'm not blocking them from getting out, though, right? Like, if I stay here, they'll be able to move past me. Then I'll just stay here.
Okay.
Okay.
Vale.
I will. God damn it. Okay. What I'm gonna do. My shield.
You're
Sorry, I didn't
muted,
hear that,
Jason.
I was just saying I couldn't hear you. Do you mind? Sorry, folks. At some point, we'll get good at this whole internet thing.
Yeah. So, by me moving back, I would incur an attack of opportunity unless I'm disengaging.
Unless you take the disengage action, yes.
But if I do that, I'll just leave Rickbin there to face this thing. But he can move right after me.
Yeah, and he thrives in that stuff. He can face it for a turn or two.
He does. Okay, I'm going to disengage and split.
Okay.
So
you're difficult terrain when you're moving through your friends there. So it'll cost you 20 feet of movement to get out of the hallway. But then you can get out of the hallway to there and then go wherever you like.
Here.
Sure, no problem.
And I can't shoot.
Not this turn. No, you use your action to disengage.
All right, I take out my. Let's take out the bow, the longbow.
And we've all learned a valuable lesson about disengaging.
I thought you guys were on the other end of the room, to tell you the truth.
Okay. So that's Vale. Rickman.
Rickman will, seeing Vale move back, say, yes, clear out to the choke point. And he will also disengage, and he's going to move.
You got this, buddy.
Here.
Yeah, so you don't actually need to disengage, but...
I thought he had 10 foot of reach.
No, you're safe.
Okay. Either way, then I'll take a defensive action. Just
okay,
ready to go, but yeah, just clearing out to the choke point.
Aelin?
Aelin, seeing everyone else, she's going to get even worse the heck out of dodge. She's going to... Well, first, she's just going to strum her lute, and shaming its figure worked before, so she's just going to say, why don't you keep it together this time? And cast Vicious Mockery. So I need a Wisdom DC 14.
Yeah, body shaming the blob. Got it. It hurts. So the thing looks, again, the thing is sensitive.
Good job, Aelin.
Yeah, I hope
Good
you feel
job.
good about
I'm
yourself.
so sorry.
Guilt is up to an 8 now. How much damage do you do?
least I do 3 points of damage, psychic
Okay.
damage. And the wonderful thing about Vicious Mockery is that it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Ooh.
And she is just going to a hand on the loot is strapped to her chest, and she's going to put a hand on Rickbin and Vale both and just say, "You've got this, boys." And she's going to bolt back a little bit there, and that is
Nice.
the end of her turn.
That's right.
Nice. So the jelly's going to move forward. Like it's surging out. Dazzlin and Norbus, you can see, both look very worried now that whatever's going on there is going on there. But they haven't moved yet. Pardon me. And the thing, again, a an chunk of blob goes lashing out, angrily, hurt, and at disadvantage at Lorraine. 16.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, that gets me.
All right. Lorraine, you take 8 bludgeoning damage, as well as 3 acid damage.
Oof. Okay.
God, I hate these things.
Yeah,
They're tough.
nasty.
Mhm.
Nasty business.
All right, and that's its turn. Lorraine.
Okay. So Lorraine is going to what happened to the improvised weapon that she is it still stuck?
It's in there somewhere, but it's like
Okay. It's not
deeper
poking
in.
out.
You're gonna have to reach into the
No, I'm not gonna do
jelly if you want it.
You can see it floating in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my axe again, but I'm gonna use it use the handle of it to jab it as like a kind of like a club.
All right,
And
we'll let you use the axe as a club.
okay. And that is it's a 9. Does 9 hit?
It does, yes.
Yes. Awesome. And that's a 2 plus 4, so 6.
Nice, yeah. You got it. This this jelly you almost can't miss. You actually have a 10% chance of missing on any given swing. All right,
Hold
so
my beer.
that's Lorraine. Anything else you'd like to do?
I will just stay there. So this right here is that's a doorway.
Yes, that's a doorway.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stay there, kind of trying to block the doorway, basically, and keep it from getting to my friends.
Got it. Vale.
I'm gonna move back about 5 feet and whiz an arrow past Lorraine.
Okay. Thing is gonna have cover on account of Lorraine being there, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's still pretty hard for you to miss.
Don't hit me.
Like I said, hold my beer.
Don't hit me, bro.
27.
Oh,
Nice.
threading the needle. Lorraine, you can
feel it whiz
you can
past.
feel like the feather brush the side of your head as it goes, but it sinks deep and solidly into the thing. You need to roll 1 more d8 for me, please.
Oh, yes, I do. So 6 plus d8 plus 2. So 8 in total.
Yep. Gotcha. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think I'm just gonna knock another arrow.
Lorraine will look back and kind of raise an eyebrow. All right.
Have you got it? I got it.
It looks it looks whatever I said before, not so
Diluted?
blobby. There we go,
Diluted.
diluted. Yes. God, thank you. All right, Rickman, the somewhat diluted blob. What would you like to do?
Rickman, seeing how well Vale threaded the needle there. He's gonna take a step and try to line up a shot. He puts his dagger away, reaches behind him, pulls out a javelin, and tries to throw it in the same spot equally past Lorraine, like trying to mimic that shot exactly.
Yeah, like right there.
Yeah, like there might even have been a better way to throw it, but he, since it's a javelin and he's closer, but he's trying to mimic that shot. And I am
Right.
going to use inspiration on this attack roll.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love
Appreciate
it.
that.
Boom. Nice.
All right. So again, Lorraine, like, if you hadn't shaved, I guess you don't need to shave. But if you did need
Maybe
to
I
shave,
do,
you
as a
wouldn't
half-orc.
anymore, because that's how close the javelin came to your face.
For
So-
5 piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 5 piercing. Yeah, you get it. This is fantastic. I can't give you inspiration because you just used it, but I would like to. All right, Aelin, your go.
Yes, you're both gorgeous. Can I just say, I'm a one-trick pony tonight. She will just strum at her lute and
We're body
just
shaming
say,
the blonde again. Got it.
I
Good.
know.
So
Yes.
I just want
Um,
everyone to be clear. This is no longer a family-friendly stream.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah.
No, this time she's just going to say, "You could have picked any flavor in the world, and you chose acid. That was your first mistake." And
Oh,
cast
okay, good.
Vicious
Never mind.
mockery,
I take it
Um,
back.
and she will. So it needs to make a Wisdom DC 14.
All right. It fails. Do you want to roll me some damage?
I would love to. This can only roll a 3, so that's 3 points of damage, and psychic damage. And again, it's going to have disadvantage on its next turn.
All right. Well, conveniently for Lorraine, that's this turn.
Wonderful.
So
Thank you.
it swings again at disadvantage. Oh, misses badly. It doesn't even it's trying to go through,
That's
but
good.
it clips that fake door and doesn't seem to, or the false door, and the blob doesn't go anywhere. It just seems to like be moving oddly in place. Lorraine,
So we
it's your
do.
go.
All right. Seeing where the other two have hit, she will try to jab it in the same spot. Just go for that.
It's a competition at this point. I
Okay, that's
believe.
an 18.
That's a hit.
And that is, that's good. 8 points of damage.
Clunk.
It's still up.
Oh
but
my
it is
god!
looking rough.
Word. Oh my god. Knocking loose.
All right, so I'll just say, somebody finish this thing off.
All right.
And I'll duck this time.
Yeah. I'll do. 10?
10. That is a hit. Even with the half cover it enjoys from
Oh my
Rick, Ben, and
God.
Lorraine.
Okay, let's not roll a 1. Hey, 11.
All right. Your arrow pierces into the jelly, and again, it just loses what little cohesion it had left and begins spreading out in a
Nice work,
very
team.
gross acidic mess.
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations! You killed the other jelly. Killed and hurt its feelings.
Demoralized.
Deslin and Norbis, I believe that you should head outside. There appears to be more jellies. We'll take care of them for you, though.
Yep. Nope, you're right. We'll catch up with you folks right after this.
We will
Okay.
make sure don't come back until we tell you that it is all cleared.
Yeah,
Can't be too careful.
They head out.
Hmm. Can we check this hallway?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll get that in there.
So the hallway gets, you can see, like, just as you go through, there was some of the cave-in has clearly impacted the spot, so it's very tight to get through
Okay.
the spot.
Can I nimbly try and weasel my
squeeze
way to
through,
this
so you
point?
You can squeeze through, but you're gonna be pressed up against the side. So if y'all, I don't know if you, anyway, like going through any sort of extremely narrow space. You're going to be touching both sides as you go through, right?
Okay. Do that. I make it to the other end.
Yeah, you make it to the other side.
I'll go. Yes.
Yes. And what is there?
All right, so it's more of that same hallway. Although again, this hallway is absolutely spotless. Absolutely
Mm.
spotless. Do you
Mm-mm.
want to roll me a quick perception check, please?
I will.
I would like to perceive as well, if that's possible.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't see anything.
Yeah,
12.
Vale. Just because you're getting used to noticing them at this point, it looks like there's another little secret door right there, right to your right.
Hello, hello. I give it a little knock. Dunk, dunk. As I pass it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds hollow.
Can I try and? There's not a lot of running space here.
You can try and bash it from where you're at. Yeah.
Can I?
But roll
Yeah.
me your athletics with disadvantage.
I can help. I'm right next to you. I can help
Yeah,
you.
if you both kind of put your backs against the wall and kick it together, I'll take one straight athletics roll.
Okay.
Okay, you and me.
I'm pretty good at it.
I
You're
got a
probably
plus
pretty
6.
good. I do too. So you can go for it.
All right.
Are you pooping or are you breaking down the door?
Well, by 11, I'm just pooping.
No, actually.
Oh.
You do open the door. So the door
Okay.
again goes swinging open, and you
grab
see a
your
hallway.
pants.
More cave-in at the end of the hall, and then
Okay.
there's a door to the left and the right.
What is that smell?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is
This
getting
place is nasty.
danker and dustier, and you do it does the smell does get a bit fouler. Pants pooping
Vale.
on the side.
So that wasn't just Vale then.
Did you have broccoli for lunch by chance?
Hey, do you got any one of those fancy spells that clean you up?
She'll just wordlessly she'll say, "We take this to our graves," and she will cast prestidigitation on his lower half.
It smells much better in there.
You two are horrible, but take inspiration anyway.
That's what you gotta do.
Because they're monsters. You're the real monsters. The jellies were just living here.
That's true.
Give them
Yeah.
something to do.
Cleaning it, taking
Yeah.
care of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to dirty it
Um,
up a little bit again.
Well, we literally soiled the
Oh.
place.
Mhm.
They are clean.
How's the floor looking in here? Nice and clean?
No, very dusty, actually.
Perfect. And there's 2 doors here, eh?
A
On
door
either
to the
side.
left and a door to the right. Yep.
What are you thinking?
I say we go to the one on the right.
Right on. Is it unlocked?
Yeah, it opens smoothly. It's that internal door that y'all ran into in the other hallway again. It opens smoothly and without issue. Can I get Lorraine? You're in there. Can you give me a perception check, please?
I can.
So Lorraine, you move into the room first. You
11.
move into the room first. Okay, give me just one sec. Yeah. So you can see in here there is another cave-in, very similar to the cave-in that you saw on the other side. In fact, just thinking about it, it's almost certainly opposite the room that you came to in the other hallway. But crushed under some of the rubble, you see the skeleton of somebody wearing just shreds of some sort of bright red leather armor. And noticeably, they have a necklace. They have a necklace around their neck that looks to be jeweled and made of silver.
Hey, I found something in here. There's a body, and it looks like there's a necklace, and I'll take it off if it comes easily.
It does come easily, yeah.
It's not gonna reach out and grab me or anything.
I can't tell you about that.
Hmm.
She'll cautiously remove the necklace.
Yeah, so the necklace is it's relatively ornate. There's a big silver circle about that far across, so I don't know, 2 inches, and or in diameter. There we go. That's what we're thinking, diameter. And in the center is a four-toed claw. Yeah, and there's
Is
some
that
jewels around the outside.
Does that symbol look like anything I've seen before?
Roll me a religion check, please.
That is a 13.
That is a. It looks like the symbol of Tiamat, the god of dragons and wealth hoarding.
Well, this necklace here appears to be from a follower of Tiamat, so that kind of tracks with what we've been finding in here so far.
It also
Any
looks expensive.
okay.
Shiny.
Anybody have any experience with like magical stuff? I don't know. It could just be a fancy necklace, but
Yes.
I don't know if it has magic.
I would be able to identify what it is, but I would prefer to do that in a time where I am not in a hurry.
Sure,
if we
why don't I
Put
just
it in your pocket.
I'll just let you hold it for
Oh,
now.
Of course. I will put it in her belongings. And I am going to, on the body, if there was a spot that's like a little cleaner because of the necklace, she's just going to cast prestidigitation to dirty it up and make it look like there was not a necklace that we pilfered off of the body.
Very smart.
Sure,
Very
yeah.
smart.
Cover your tracks, hopefully well.
Yes. There's nothing else on the body, Lorraine.
Nothing in his pockets.
I didn't see, but I can check. Y'all want
So
to
the
help?
lower half is certainly crushed under the cave-in.
Mm.
But
I bet he had really nice boots. Could have replaced mine. That's very sad.
I'm sure they'd be too big for you.
I do have delicate feet. You're right. Very small.
Well, should we try the one on the left then?
Aye.
Yeah, let's check it out.
all right, so you open the other door, maybe.
I do.
Hold on.
Claw. Oh,
You do open the other door. So what you can see in here is just to the left, right there. It looks like there's like an old kind of font or fountain built into the wall, but it looks totally dried up and ineffective. And on the wall here, you see a stone wardrobe. Looks pretty big.
Well, someone want to open that wardrobe? And I cock an arrow and I point at it.
I'll take a crack at it.
Yeah. So it opens, and inside you can see four similar red suits. They look like they were leather or leather armor, dyed bright red. What looks like they might have once been very nice red boots on the bottom, but unfortunately everything looks rotted and effectively useless.
Leather does not last long.
I would have loved those boots. I'm very certain of that.
They would look good on you too, I'm sure. But
Of course. Red is wonderful with my hair color.
do this leather armor stuff, are there any symbols or insignia or anything like that?
Hard to make out. Give me a perception check. Or investigation. Oh, sorry. Give me an investigation.
Investigation. 5.
Nothing you notice.
I just touch one and it crumbles.
They're pretty badly damaged.
Okay.
Cracked and all that.
Can I go over to the wardrobe, grab it, and see if I could move it?
It's stone and very heavy.
I mean, I can help if I see him struggling with it.
Can I actually just check to see if there's might be something behind it, or is it covering up something?
So it looks like it was carved here, right? So
Mm.
this thing does
Right
not
on.
look like it moves. However,
Okay.
there is space to its left, so there's more room. So you could check the room for like hidden things if you'd like.
I
That'd
There's an
be
I want to look at the fountain,
yeah.
specifically the dried up
yeah.
fountain.
So you give me an investigation for that.
Could I use my inspiration to roll at advantage?
Sure. Vale, can you want to give me a check for the rest of the room?
Yeah. Perception or investigation?
Investigation, please.
19
Okay.
total.
All right. So for you, Aelin, it looks like it's just a busted fountain. Like it looks like this was a place where they would have, used some water to kind of clean up before they changed or whatever. This just looks like a changing room, and that looks like a fairly standard little spot. It's decorated, but it's not like particularly nice. You don't think there's any other particular thing to it. Vale, on the other hand, it does look like there's another one of these friggin' sneaky secret doors right there. They are everywhere in this place.
You can't hide from me.
All right.
Who needs
Roll-
thieves' tools?
Roll me in athletics.
This is much better.
Just clench this time, would you?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Are you proficient in shoulder?
It appears so. Yeah, athletics, right?
Yes, please.
Clench, don't worry, there's nothing left in me. 18.
Sometimes I regret playing this game.
Nice and clean.
So yeah, you you bust into the other room. So you bust into the other room, and you can see some stone bed frames with again ruined remains of mattress within them, and otherwise nothing much obviously of interest. Although please feel free to roll me a perception. To the left, you see another door.
Well, we know that where they're going to hide anything, right? And she's going to start lifting the mattress.
Yeah, searching through.
In the
Please, yeah,
mattress.
give me an investigation as you search the mattresses.
And a perception.
12 investigation.
7 perception, nothing.
Okay, so y'all don't find or see anything of interest in this room.
But you said there's another door.
Right here to your left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to push that one open.
All right. So another, again, dusty. So far, everything but that one hallway has been very dusty. There's a collapse thing at the end and an opening to the left.
All right, I will turn around the corner to the left.
Another one of those doors. So the interior side of one of the secret doors.
I will open it.
These people don't you think they'd ever get sick of crafting secret doors?
Sure seems to be an excessive number of them.
At that point, wouldn't you rather just, make regular doors and create a hidden entryway?
True.
Well, it seems like we came back out into the main chamber.
Yeah, so as you open that last door, you're once again in the main chamber, now with a nice collection of, looks like somewhere around 6 to 10 bits of skull lining the floor from the opening in the pillar right in front of you. But it looks, just getting a general sense, of where you've been throughout this place, you do feel like you've gotten like a lot of it, if not all of this thing. Like there may be more, but there's nothing that's going to be uncovered without an extremely thorough search at this point.
If the dwarves are not there, can we just check the remaining pillars quickly before they return?
Yeah.
Rickman goes back to the one that he hit and smacks the same one again.
Nice.
Like, pretty sure that one's real.
Yeah, to be clear, they're all real. That was just a hollow portion within the one. But yeah, I do get your point. So the one you're whacking at is actually the damaged one, somewhat hilariously. So this one has like a chunk missing out of it. So it's not getting any better, but it's stone. So I don't think it
Mhm.
necessarily had an opinion on its state anyway. But yeah, give me an investigation for the other pillars.
Okay, I'll
Boy.
check this one here, right above me.
Oh, good. 19.
12.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any secret compartments on any of the pillars that you looked at. Nothing obvious.
Okay.
Of course.
Well,
Rickman will go and.
oh, go ahead.
Rickman will go and not nearly as intently as he did the pillar, but still, maybe he even takes his dagger out and tries to hammer at it with the butt of the dagger to see if the altar feels hollow.
Yeah, it does seem like solid stone, but it's hard to tell, right? Like you don't necessarily think that you have a sense for what is and isn't, but it sounds everywhere you whack it, it makes the same sound.
Hmm.
He'll just kind of turn back to the group and shrug and shake his head.
The last thing I want to do is just is there any writing or any kind of like dwarvish writing on the altar?
There is. There's a little bit, and it says, praise her and be rewarded.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I can read this to you. It says, "Praise her and be rewarded." I can only assume that they mean that goddess. I forgot the name of the god.
Tiamat.
Tiamat.
Tiamat. I can only assume that's Tiamat that they mean, but is it in the literal sense or more of a figurative sense?
Oh, I've got an idea. How about you put that necklace right in that shiny bit there? Ain't you finding
In the bowl?
in the bowl?
Yeah, so the bowl, by the way, with the water in it, the water is like it definitely undried some of it, so it's looking a little bit very lightly bloody.
Oh, you got a necklace, right? A Tiamat necklace.
Yeah, we got the necklace. I wonder if we need to put some blood in there.
Also, alternatively, is there anywhere on the statue that looks like the four-toed claw could fit into it?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, I played Skyrim before. I know how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Fox, owl,
Yeah,
dragon.
Rickman still using kind of turns the dagger the other side and kind of just cuts a little bit on his arm and tries to drip some blood, kind of squeezing it out into the bowl there.
Gross.
Rickman, I've never met an investigator that is better than you. Never in my life.
Yeah, it seems to have no effect, although very cool choice.
Is there any place that you could like kneel before her that is obviously like scuffed out?
No, not as far as you can tell. Like this looks like this looks like the center of worship. This does look like the center of worship in the main area of the temple.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's more of a figurative, not literal thing.
Just, if you wouldn't mind humoring me, I don't speak Dwarvish. Would you just repeat the phrase?
It says, "Praise her and be rewarded."
Do you know any sort of praiseworthy, I don't know, sayings in Dwarvish?
Do I?
Roll me a history check. Let's see. How familiar are you with Dwarvish culture? I think is a very important question. So you learn the language, so
yes, I would say I've spent quite a bit of time with some
Listen,
dwarves.
Take my last bit of inspiration, darling. She'll sing her little ditty.
Oh, okay.
As you try and remember, sure. Roll me your history check.
Actually, yeah, I'll use my inspiration since I haven't used it yet. Why not? Okay, that's a 17.
Yeah. So, in general, right? Like, dwarves have different things that they use for different gods and different greetings, but like, hail, hail, or like um, may they prosper, or those are some good ones, right? But they don't. There's not like one like dwarven like, "Hey, God is good" kind of phrase.
Okay, so I'll just, as I'm thinking back, I'll just say some of these phrases out loud that I remember.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'll go over to Rickbin too, and I'll be like, maybe it only works with dwarf blood.
Where do you think we could uncover some of that? And he'll just chuckle to
I
himself.
was like, look down.
Yeah, you two
The
take an
guilt.
inspiration for that absolutely horrifying exchange.
Just the guilt is eating away at us as a group, I think, at this point.
It's a cruel world.
So your attempts to generically praise at the altar haven't worked. No one has yet
Well.
called out, their loyalty or obeisance to Tiamat yet. Does anyone want to give that one a shot, or are we done here?
I mean,
I'll
I
just
could.
stand
I'll
back a
add
little
that.
bit.
Like, I'll be adding as I'm just trying things. Right, I'll be adding Tiamat's name to it.
Nice. Yeah. It has no effect.
Sure.
Has
Oh,
no effect,
fake
but
out.
you do absolutely successfully praise Tiamat a few times in her
Perfect.
temple.
Mm.
I mean, it's a win-win, right?
You do feel some stirring as you call out to the god here in her holy place. So there is something, although there is no particular reward.
I'll get a little goosebumps on the back of my neck, and
Yeah, the rest of you can feel it, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is one of Tiamat's ancient holy places, right? And her name has been invoked and she's been praised here, which
Yeah. I don't think you should do that anymore. Actually.
well, I really wasn't expecting that that to happen. So maybe we should go
Mm-hmm.
go on, get out of here.
Yep. Yeah, second that.
All right, so you
Aye.
leave the dark and oppressive. Oh, I'm so sorry. You leave the dark and oppressive temple, and begin to make your way outside. You see Norbus and Daslin looking like, so are we clear, or how's it looking?
Yeah, we got them. We got them all.
All right, good. Yeah, don't want none of these things eating poor Daslin here.
But I just want to say maybe you should be careful in there. It's there's a presence inside. If you catch my meaning.
Presents.
All right. Well, we'll take it seriously. Thank you.
I grab him by the neck. Sure, no problem.
All right. So with that, we're gonna wrap up the temple, and in fact, that's a great place to wrap up for the evening for us, but afternoon for your viewers, because again, time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, appreciate everybody listening. Appreciate everybody listening. You've successfully cleared the temple and explored around a lot, which is exciting. And
Almost died.
next time we'll join you, either taking a long rest in the ruins of the old town, or heading right back out. I don't know, up to you. And with that, we will close off. Thank you, everybody, for your time.
Thank you.